Hey guys, long time no see. So this is the first time I'm doing this live thing. So bear with me. Doing some craft projects because that is what I like to do. So I'm making a tree to hold earrings and stuff like that. And this is what I've got going on so far. Got the base made out of air dry clay. The heater, air conditioner, whatever it was, just turned on, so it'll be a little bit noisy. But I figured off of these I can hang several sets of earrings, and I've got 8 of them on there. So right now it's an octatree. I have just different kinds of wire, all the colors of wire, different sizes. Mostly silver. And then I've got some blank wooden bases here. And of course, some air dry clay. Don't know exactly how this is going to work out, but I'm kind of experimenting with it just to see what I can do with it. And of course, I've got several sets of pliers. I do have, in this box here, I've got a bunch of different chip stones and things like that. Let's see if I can do this without them going everywhere. I'm planning on using some of those, and I'm going to make 2 of these trees. With the next one, I'll show you how to do the base, because this one right here, this one's going to be for the earrings. The next one, that's going to be bigger, so it's going to stand taller than what this one is, probably by about this much, because I'm going to use it to hang pendulums with. So, where have I been? It's been a while. Yes, it's been a while. I just kind of drop off the face of the earth every now and again. Just laziness strikes and all of that. So this is kind of a wing it thing as far as the whole tree goes. So I'm just, that one I didn't tighten up like I thought I did. You know, it's just a wing it kind of a thing. I'm not going by any specific instructions or anything like that with this. It's just whatever, however it turns out, it's just how it's going to turn out. So. And this is going to be much smaller by the time it gets done, because the way it's going to be done, I'm kind of like this one right here. I'm twisting it, making it smaller, and I'm going to add other wire and stuff to it, and probably the colored wire just to give it some different looks to it. So that should be fun. Just been working, witching here and there. I guess that means there's a people watching. Let's see. Ethan, what's up with it? Yeah, this whole live thing's new to me. That's gonna look awesome. So, just something different, something out of the ordinary, something I wouldn't normally do. Got off work about 10. Happy Snakes Day, yes. All the snakes. I have been doing some witchy things here and there, and got some things to show when I get the chance. So, kind of excited about that. Guess maybe I could maybe bring you down here a little bit so you can see what's going on. The weather here depends on the day because it's bipolar. You know, Texas weather's, it does what it wants to do. We had some really, really, really strong winds that was blowing over semis. I think they counted about 40 semi trucks that had been blown over. And so that's been a fun little experience. So we've been kind of contending ourselves with that. And then, so that's basically the wind. Other than that, it's kind of goes from hot to cold here and there. It's really about it. So I'm just basically twisting the ends of these. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons seems to be a thing I want to start getting into. That's a whole different world for me as well. Kind of excited about that though. Kind of excited about that. I got some stuff coming in. I think the whole thing with the Dungeons and Dragons is because I found out you could get the characters you could paint. Because they don't always come painted. So I was excited about that part more than anything. So I've got some characters coming in and some paint coming in and all of that. So I've got that to look forward to. That's a whole journey that I'm going to be going through as well. The rings on the end here, they are, I guess they're just like, I guess they're earrings. They're supposed to be made into earrings, but I'm using them to actually hang earrings off of. Let's see. Show you real quick. So, got these that I made. It's just pinnacles, pentagrams. So they basically just go on there like that. Not that you can see it because it's all silver, but you know, there we go. That's basically how it works. It's basically a jewelry stand. So when I make my jewelry and stuff, I have some place to display it, I guess you could say. Yeah, I haven't gotten into it either. It's new for me. There's just a lot of things have been changing here and there in my life, and not bad, not bad. but it's definitely changes nonetheless, and it's kind of taking me down some funky roads. Not necessarily a bad thing. Hecate told me the other day that I would be going through some changes. And she said that everything would be getting better for me. So that's a good thing. So texting Melody or Desert Siren. So I'm having a little bit of issues with these wires not wanting to stay up, but that's okay. Because if anybody can figure this out, I can figure this out. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of winging this thing. A whole fun thing. But I've been just working. Noah, what's up? So, like I said, I've got some Book of Shadows stuff I want to share at some point. I just kind of want to get back in there, you know? So I'm going to basically work on these branches of this, and then I will go through and paint the whole thing. I had to experiment with this last night. I started it, or not with this, but the whole YouTube live thing, because I ain't used to that yet. So I experimented with it last night just to see how it works a little bit. It's getting smaller. That's okay. I'm making a tree to display some jewelry, because I've got the idea struck in my head that I'm going to try this whole vending thing, sell some of my stuff, because we have some Comic-Cons and stuff around here. Some metaphysical fairs. They don't happen too often. There's a place called the Cactus House that's here in Odessa, and I kind of say it's where the people that are out of the ordinary, they go there, and they set up stalls and sell things and all of that. So I'm hoping to be able to get in there and sell some of my stuff after I get my licenses and all that stuff to sell things. That's the game plan anyway. Yeah, I'm still going to learn some things here and there without a doubt. As far as I understand now why people have their phones when they go to read comments, because it's a little bit easier. So that might be something I have to look into, using that. I did find out too, though, through my work, they actually offer a program through my work that if the manager of the store likes products that you sell, they can actually bring you in as a vendor. And if they bring you in as a vendor, they sell your products and things like that. That I didn't know was a thing, and I've been with the company for 8 years. So I guess you learn tricks of the trade here and there as you go along. Get my jump rings out. I can make trips. Eventually, yeah. I'd like to start doing some traveling here and there. That would be awesome. I would have to go to Carlsbad while I was there, though, because bats. I like bats, so I'd have to go see them. So I created some loops, and I'm kind of cutting them and straightening them out a little bit. Okay, had to fix that one. The ring that was on it broke. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. And like I said, each of these little dangling thingies has got little holes in them. Figured I could hang the earrings and stuff in them. And then the wire makes the hands black, but the earrings and stuff, hang them in there. Because I saw somebody else that had one, and I liked the way it turned out. But and I'll have to do some arranging, but that is kind of the gist of what I'm going for right there. And then I'll go through and I'll probably paint the base of this. I thought about adding crystals to it, but I think that would take away from displaying the earrings. Hey, if it works. What is going on with the ambulances and fire trucks tonight? That's like 4 times they've been out. Well, yeah, about 4 times they've been out. Okay. Uh, 16th is always busy with fire trucks and stuff. Noah, I've got to add to your stuff. I've got some more stuff I'm going to add when I send your stuff to you. Grab the wrong tool. So I'm not gonna make no guarantees as to what videos and when I'm gonna do videos, but I'm gonna try and do them more than what I was doing. Hopefully life won't get in the way this time. I think the last time I was on, I've gotten into a car wreck, which I was fine from. And then just moving different places in my job makes it difficult. Just a bunch of different things. I'm a kind person. What can I say? I've got a friend of mine who, you know, she needs help sometimes with her kids and all that. And, you know, sometimes I may not have the time, but I try and make it over there anyway, just to bring food or something like that, you know, if they need it. I've always got something cooking. Yes, more videos for sure. Texas is bipolar. Texas is all the way bipolar. But the videos I was kind of thinking about doing, not just straight up witchy videos. I want to do some witchy videos, maybe some cooking and some crafty videos. I want to do a little bit of everything because that's how my life is. It's a little bit of everything. And I do believe that I need to reflect that. And I don't edit videos either, so oh, I'm having whole branches fall off. It's okay. I'll fix it. There's no telling how this is going to come out. I cook all the things. I like to cook. I like to bake. I don't limit myself to anything. I like to experiment because my kitchen is my lab. So that's where I feel more at home, believe it or not, is in my kitchen. I'd rather be in my kitchen than anywhere else in my house half the time. I baked and decorated cakes. I did that for 7 or 8 years. So I can do that pretty good. As far as favorite cooking, Stuff that has a lot of ingredients in it. That's my favorite. Stuff that has a lot of ingredients in it. I do like to do a lot of stuff from scratch. Meatballs, lasagna, things like that. I do love Italian food. I like Mexican food. I like all kinds of different foods. And I'm getting to the point here lately again where I am doing some experimenting, cooking things I don't normally cook. So oh yes. I've been having a lot of things going on. I figured this would be an awesome way to get back into things. I tried to do live yesterday, and I think I didn't have anybody watching, and I was on for like 10 minutes. But that was just a trial run, just to see how this works, because I wasn't for sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, so those of you who are just now coming in, I'm making a tree. This is going to be a display for earrings. Basically got some air dry clay down here at the bottom, and I'm going to paint this, just a wood plaque that I had sitting around, and just used different wire and just started wrapping it. And I'm probably going to go through with some colored wire just to give it a little extra color, because that would be all the way awesome. And do remember, trees are not perfect, so I am not going for perfection by no means on this. You have classes in the morning. You have an awesome night. I'll try and post pictures on Facebook when I get this done. And hope your classes go well tomorrow. Ethan, that would be amazing if everything can go good there. Okay, what color should I use? I got green, and then I've got copper. I've got all the different colors. I think green and copper would be awesome. Let's see. Some of the things that I'm wanting to sell, when I can get to it, get everything done. Where is it at? I can't find it. I'll have to look for it later. I was going to hang a bat in the tree because I'm planning on selling some of my stuff. So that includes, for me right now, opening up a market stall. so that way I could still work at my normal job and just do this on the side. I have to get my licensing and all of that to do that. And my thought process, is to sell all kinds of different things. Night Wings Naturals is what I want to go with as far as a name goes. But I've got chapsticks, lip scrubs, soaps, and like the lotion bars, and then when they're not tangled, pendulums, earrings, some of the artwork that I do. I want to sell that. It's just going to be a bunch of different things. That's my thought process. I know they say in business you don't want to have a bunch of different things, but when have I ever gone and done what I was supposed to? That is a very not so good picture. I'm sorry about that, but it's got a wolf hanging off the end of this one. But I want to make a tree for my pendulums, to hang my pendulums, because I make those. This is purple, and I have a cat hanging off the end of this one. But I'm wanting to sell those and do that. Of course, the earrings. I do the pendulum necklaces. Let me grab one of those real quick. Okay. I do the necklaces. That's got the pendulums. This is, I believe it's malachite. It's one of my, it's green and black. And of course I had to put a bet on it because that's what I do. Let's see. It's got a pretty good sized chain. I believe it's 20-inch chain. And then it's got the bat charm on it. But this is made to be worn. And when you need to take it out, you just kind of wrap it around your fingers a little bit. And then you can use it as a pendulum. I also want to do the sets where I could possibly do like the necklace, the pendulum necklace, and maybe some earrings to go with it. And then making the boards to sell the boards as well. There's two kind of boards I want to do. I want to do the print off boards where I can print them off and just laminate them. Maybe turn them into Book of Shadows, where you could put them in your Book of Shadows, which would be awesome. And then I want to do the actual physical boards. Let me grab one of those and show you that one. Okay, so I've had these for a while. So I plan on doing maybe some like this. And then I got me a matching one like this as well. And it shows backwards, but this is just the image I like. I printed and colored it in a little bit, shellacked it, and put some little rhinestones or the crystals in the eyes. And then it's got quartz crystals here at the point at each side. And then just little decorative pieces here and there. And then I did ink a little bit going around to give it a bit of a green tint. All of these are scrapbook stickers. And then it's got the metal pentagram there as well. So I got those. And then I did this one. This is the big one. Okay, again, scrapbook stickers. It's got the moon phases on the side of the board, the 4 elements. It's also got your 12 numbers here for your clock or calendar, along with birthstones. It's also got the 7 chakra stones around here. It's got your numbers down here at the bottom, and then it's got letters up here at the top, and then of course it's got the quartz crystals on it as well. And I've got the quartz crystals here at the sides, and then it's got no, yes, and it's got the 4 directions on it as well. This one's got a lot of information, a lot of things you can do with this board. So I thought about doing stuff like that as well. I don't have an Etsy store yet. The mermaid stuff. I've got plans for mermaid stuff. The bat stuff is mermaids less matter. Yes. But another thing is, decided to go green with the hair. That's a new thing I've done too. After I don't know how long, I've decided to do the whole green thing with the hair. So I'm going to basically let this bottom part dry right here. Let this part dry, and so I can paint it in. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet as far as the paint goes, but I know I do want to add some of these other colors just to give it a little bit of color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they're all on there. Just making sure, because I've put 8 of these on there so that way they can have the stuff. But as soon as I get my licensing and things like that I need, I'll start selling and getting an Etsy store. I'm also wanting to do, and use all of this. I'm also wanting to sell incenses. Now, these aren't incenses that I've personally made. I just have an overabundance of them, and I need to get rid of them. So, and I'll also sell some of my artwork and stuff on there as well. Actually, let me go grab a piece of my artwork. I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, so I make weird noises. Yes, but this is one of my paintings I did, and then it's got the Swarovski crystals because I've been doing that lately. All of these swirls are glitter, and they're gold. I doubt the camera will pick it up though. So I'm gonna be selling those as well. I've tried candles. Oh, him's green. Yeah, I am green. It's my favorite color. As far as the candles go, I'm having issues with candles. They're not burning correctly, and I don't know if it's the wick I'm using or if it's the container I'm putting them in. So I thought instead of doing that, since everybody's getting into the wax melt craze, I might make the wax melts instead, because I figured those would be a little bit easier to make. Just dump them in a mold, let them set, and put the scents and things like that in it. And I wouldn't have to worry about figuring out how to get the wicks to go in there and all of that. This would basically sit like this. So I think that's a good size chain. So that's my thought process on that. I mean, if I could figure the whole candle thing out, like why they weren't doing like what they were supposed to, I would probably do the candles. That is the ice machine, because I like my sweet tea, and I get mad because I can't have it because I refuse to drink it unless it's got ice in it. So and I don't have a whole lot of freezer space most of the time, so I figured I would get one of those ice machines from the Walmart store, and I love that thing. So I think that'll look good with the green. Not that you can probably see it, but on this one right here, you can see a little bit of the green, I think, just to give it a little color. Don't be boring. I've got a bunch of different molds actually that I've gotten here and there and everywhere. And yes, I will make them in different shapes for sure. I've got stuff to make holiday shapes, of course, because I buy the molds and stuff when they go on sale. And so that for me is the best time to go grab them. And then Michael's and Hobby Lobby is always having sales on something. So that for me is the best time to go grab. But for those of you who are not familiar with how Hobby Lobby works, I have found out that they pretty much have the same sales going on every week or so. I would say, I don't know if it's 2 weeks they do it, or every or if it's every other, is it every other week? I think it might be every other week. They will sit there and they will have the same sale that they had. So if you can figure that out, then you know what sales are coming up, because they just rotate it. It's the same sales, they just keep rotating it, like I said. So if you can figure that out, you'll know what they have. That's when I go get my glass jars and my bottles and things like that, when I don't have any when I need certain sizes, because I do recycle a lot of my glass jars and stuff I get from food, and I use them. So because I don't see any sense in throwing a good jar out. Yeah, green and copper have always looked good to me. I've always liked the color combination. And when I go to paint the base of this, I think I might do the green and copper as well. That or I might do black. I think black would look really good with it. It kind of helped make it pop out a little bit. My hands are starting to cramp. But yeah, I didn't know who all would be watching tonight or anything like that. So I figured I would give myself something to do. And live is easier than recording because I can't go back and redo it. Not that I edit videos anyway, but it's different. It feels different. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. It's like you don't have to put the work into it, I guess, almost. You just kind of get on there and do what you got to do. Let's see. Got quite a bit of green left, but I'm going to go into the copper. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. I need I guess, a better camera if I'm going to be showing things like this. Can't really see what's going on. HD works. Uh, I'm using my computer right now. That's what I'm using. So think about me doing cake decorating videos, showing how to do maybe not at first entire cakes, but different tips and techniques for cakes. Should that be a thing? Yeah. Um, I used to have a friend who would taste test a lot of the stuff that I would make. And now my mother's my taste tester. And she will tell me whether it's good or not, what I need to do to tweak it, and she is honest with me. She doesn't like it, she'll tell me. And that's what I like. Um, when I do anything, because if you don't like it and you tell me, then I can fix it. But if you don't tell me, I can't fix it. And that's what I tell people all the time. Like if I'm cooking something and you eat it and you don't like it, let me know and I'll see what I can do to fix it. I don't know. I just rather people be honest with me as far as that goes. I think I like the way that one did, so I'm gonna probably do all the others that way too. Put jump rings in them. Oh my god. Poor bastards. Yes. Poor unfortunate souls. I actually it was a store-bought gingerbread house this past Christmas. First time I had ever done one, and a friend of mine, that lives with me, we were both sitting there after hauling the kitchen table into the living room so we could watch a movie while we did this, because we're those people. She was sitting there trying to tell me how to do it, how to such and such person says you have to do it this way first. And I said, well, such and such person is not me. And guess who did the better gingerbread house? I did. Because whoever she was talking about, whatever such and such person that was, I had to prove them wrong. Let's just say that, because I accept things like that as a challenge. Okay. Get all this together. I have plans. I have all the plans. So this is what we're looking like so far. I don't know if you can see the copper and the green. Barely, maybe. But I'm just going to keep adding to it, building it up. And I want to add because bats are part of my logo design that I came up with. So I think I'm going to add a bat hanging somewhere from the tree. Let's see. I don't know how well it's going to show, but if it's even on this phone, it might be on the other one. I don't have it on this phone. I was going to show you the design, but night, you have an awesome blossom night. I'd be, yeah, pretty much. You have a good night as well. Desert Siren. I'm going to go ahead and get off here, I guess, as well. I'm going to finish this up and get pictures posted. And we'll go from there. And I'll pop on at some point in time to show you the finished product. Maybe sometime tomorrow. And by then, hopefully, it'll be all painted and all that. So, y'all have an awesome night. And I will see y'all later.